Thank you very much, esteemed colleagues, members of the press, members of the Fourth Estate. My name is Sifiso Mahlangu. I'm the national spokesperson for Umkhonto Wesizwe party. We invite you here for this auspicious briefing where we unveil our mayoral candidates. We take you through a statement this afternoon following our two-day session as the meeting of the national officials. And of course, the moment we've all been waiting for, we'll take the opportunity to introduce these mayoral candidates to yourselves as members of the Fourth Estate. These are the individuals who will be representing us in the various metros, the metros that we are going to take over on the 4th of November. So we'd like you to have an engagement with them, perhaps even after this, and then we will close the press briefing accordingly. I introduce the panel seated in front of yourselves. On my far right is the Deputy Secretary General, Miss Lindy Mjali. Mam Mjali is over there. Next to her is our Deputy National Chair, Comrade Mukojo. He's over there. Seated next to him is the Apostle Mngolisi Phakathi. And sitting next to him is President Zuma. Some of you may not know him. In case baba kunabantu abangakwazi ngithi ngikuveze ukuthi ubani. Mhlambe bayaqala ukuthi. So, members of the press, President Zuma is here, and seated on his immediate left is our Secretary General, Unobhala Jikelele, Comrade Sibonelo Numval. So, without any waste of time, ladies and gentlemen, I invite to the podium the Secretary General to provide the statement following the two-day meeting of the officials. Over to you, SG.
Thank you very much, Somlomo. Let me take this opportunity to pass my revolutionary greetings officially to the Supreme Leader of the MK Party, President Jacob Zuma, and his collective. Let me also pass my greetings to different media houses present here, comrades, and everyone who's present here. Sanbulisa in the name of the victory of the MK Party that we will secure on the 4th of November, 2026. Allow me to present the statement of the MK Party, which reads as follows. Today is a good day, not only because we're presenting our mayoral candidates, which is an occasion we are excited about, but also because it is the birthday of our Deputy Secretary General, Comrade Lindy Mjali. At the Hoover Conference in 2025, President Zuma, in his closing speech, recognized the importance of young people taking up leadership within the MK Party. He emphasized that the demographics of South Africa require us to prepare and develop a new generation of leaders who will be ready to lead our country. President Zuma subsequently appointed Comrade Lindy to the position of Secretary General of the Women's League. She was later deployed to Mpumalanga and subsequently appointed as our Deputy Secretary General. We recognize and appreciate the important role played by Comrade Lindy in the growth and development of our organization. We wish you a very happy birthday, Comrade Lindy, and many more years of dedicated service to the people of South Africa. This press briefing follows a two-day meeting held in the city of eThekwini in KwaZulu-Natal. The meeting brought together the national officials of the party under the leadership of His Excellency President Jacob Zuma. The meeting considered a range of matters relating to the party's organizational development and preparations for the 2026 local government elections. The party is pleased to announce significant progress in its preparations for the 2026 local government elections. This includes the finalization of the people's mandate, the strengthening of election operations, the management of councillor candidates' disputes, the endorsement of mayoral candidates, the continued growth of party membership, the strengthening of our international relations capacity, and the mobilization of volunteers and supporters across the country. These developments place the party in a strong position as we move towards the 2026 local government elections. We've noted reports published yesterday regarding the Special Investigating Unit and its findings that the architect involved in the upgrades to President Zuma's homestead is required to pay an amount of 156 million to the state. This development raises serious questions about the narrative that was presented to the public following the release of the Public Protector's report on the Nkandla security upgrade. For years, the public was told that President Zuma was responsible for repaying money relating to the upgrades. The latest developments indicate that other parties may bear responsibility for significant portions of expenditure. The party will continue to support the work of the SIU and other lawful investigative institutions where appropriate, and we welcome efforts to ensure that accountability is properly established. Having received a presentation on the draft of 2026 local government People's Manifesto, the national officials now have an opportunity to submit their inputs toward the final document. The Secretary General's office will consolidate all inputs received from the national officials and submit the consolidated document to the relevant committee for final consideration. The party expresses its sincere appreciation to Mr. Lucky Montana, Dr. Tanti, and their collective for the sterling work they have undertaken in developing and preparing the People's Mandate. The People's Mandate will be formally delivered and released on the 4th of September 2026. The party continues to experience significant growth in its membership and organizational footprint across the country. Since the 16th of June, the party has registered more than 300,000 new members. This remarkable growth demonstrates the increasing confidence and support that the party is receiving from communities across South Africa. The party welcomes all new members and recognizes their contribution towards building a strong grassroots organization capable of delivering the people's mandate and contesting the 2026 local government elections with confidence. The president has appointed Ms. Zanele Ntuli as the party's head of international relations. Ms. Ntuli brings extensive experience in international relations, which will strengthen the party's engagement with international partners, organizations, and movements. Her experience will contribute towards advancing the people's international engagements, strengthening cooperation with international partners, and promoting the people's mandate beyond the borders of South Africa. The party welcomes Ms. Ntuli to this important responsibility and looks forward to her contribution towards expanding the people's international presence and advancing its objectives on the global stage. As part of its preparations for the 2026 local government elections, the party will introduce the Gwaza Election Operations Center a state-of-the-art election operations center designed to strengthen the party's election coordination, monitoring, and response capabilities. The center will be equipped with real-time results monitoring capabilities, providing the party with a central platform from which it can monitor election results as they are released, coordinate election operations, facilitate communication, and enable rapid responses throughout the electoral process. The party has also put mechanisms in place to monitor and respond to potential irregularities, including alleged vote disruptions and other challenges that may arise during the electoral process. Ladies and gentlemen, we have called you today to be part of this media briefing in order for us to unveil our flowers, our new flowers. We've got new flowers to present to the nation, and those flowers are going to be the face of the MK party during this course of local government elections. I hereby present to you and present to the nation our mayoral candidates, which are going to be the faces of the MK party in all municipalities across, metro municipalities across, in all 8 metro municipalities across. But we're going to present for 6 municipalities, not for 8 municipalities. In Johannesburg Metro Municipality, the MK party will be represented by Comrade Bongani Baloyi as its mayoral candidate. In Ekurhuleni, the party will be represented by Comrade Chulani Shongwe. In eThekwini, the party will be represented by Comrade Zandile Hlophe Mkhwanas. In Mangaung, the party will be represented by Comrade Mapaseka Motibi. In Buffalo City Metro Municipality, the party will be represented by Comrade Mzwandile Vaibom. In Nelson Mandela, the party will be represented by Comrade Mvuleni Mapu. The endorsement of these candidates marks an important step towards consolidating the party's electoral campaign and providing voters with clear leadership choices ahead of the 2026 local government elections. The party acknowledges and appreciates the sterling work being undertaken by the MK party medics in communities across South Africa. Through their commitment and selfless service, MK medics continue to provide free medical care and treatment to people in communities across the country. Their work makes a meaningful contribution towards improving access to healthcare, particularly to communities that face barriers to accessing quality medical services. The party commends the healthcare professionals, volunteers, and all those involved in this important initiative for their dedication and commitment to serving our people. Appreciation of volunteers and election participants. The party extends its sincere appreciation to all participants who have contributed to the build-up towards the 2026 local government elections. In particular, the party recognizes the invaluable contribution of its volunteers who are the backbone of the organization and the election campaign. Volunteers are at the heart of the party's grassroots mobilization, community engagement, membership recruitment, and election activities. Their commitment and dedication continue to strengthen the party's presence in communities across the country. The party salutes every volunteer, organizer, member, and supporter who has contributed to building the organization and advancing the people's mandate. Today, on Friday, the 28th of August 2026, we hereby launch a Asibuyele Ebantwini. Let us return to the people. That's what it means in English. From today, every member of Umkhonto Wesizwe party is called upon to proudly wear the party's green colors and regalia. We call on all members and supporters to reflect the party's presence across their social media platforms and to proudly represent the movement wherever they go. From this moment, we return to the people. We will enter every city, every town, and every village. We will go to every community and every household with the message and the people's mandate of the MK party. We will organize, we will mobilize, we will listen to our people, we will take the people's mandate to the masses. No one must be left behind. Asibuyele Bantwini, let us return to the people. I thank you.
Thank you, Nopala Jigelele, for the sterling work of the presentation. And a big thank you to the national officials who have convened for the 2-day session and come up with the decisions presented here today. Members of the press, you will get an opportunity to engage the mayoral candidates after the session. We have opened a portal where all of their profiles are going to sit, where all information relating to the councillor elects, the mayor elects, and the cities that they represent. So all their bios, their biographies will sit there. If you wish to engage them, to visit the cities, because we are attaching media teams to every one of them as we try and explore the work that they'll be doing. For us, the work of mayors starts tonight. So each of these individuals will go back to their cities tonight and start working, because we believe they are mayor elects, and after November 4th, they are taking offices in the various metros that they represent. If there are questions from the press, if they are, we'll take a round of hands, and then we'll try and take questions from yourselves, colleagues, if there are, as quickly as possible, and then we'll close the press briefing. These individuals here before you, of course, are from various parts of the country, and they return to those parts and join their campaign teams, which we have set up in those cities and provinces to which they will lead as in the build-up to the November 4th elections. So from a raise of hands, please give us your name and you are safe, colleagues, you are safe. You are safe. Please give us your name and the media institution you represent, and you may ask your questions. Thanks. We'll start with the gentleman over there. Yes, you've got a mic.
Yes, good afternoon to everyone. My name is Tabi Sogoba from Eyewitness News. My first question is regarding the two outstanding metros. I think it's Cape Town and Tshwane, if I'm not mistaken. Are you not announcing them because you're not contesting them, or is that still being finalized? My second question is regarding the two members that were expelled yesterday, Dr. Litchfield and Pumlandi. Were those members taken through a disciplinary process? If not, why weren't they? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, you were here for the one question. That's fine. Next question, please.
Thank you very much. I am Umkhonto from the SABC. I'm partly covered on the one question. My second one also relates to the two MPs that were expelled. Maybe if the party could give us specifically the reasons that led to their removal. And secondly, does the way in which they were removed, because apparently when we spoke to one of the former leaders, they said that they heard via the media. Does this not create uncertainty, perhaps, within the caucus and diminish the confidence amongst MKP's support base, given that this is not the first senior members or leaders to be expelled or removed from their positions? Then another question relates to the criteria on selecting your mayoral candidates. And lastly, the manifesto, any date or where and when will you be holding your manifesto launch? Thank you.
Thank you. Next question.
Silesiwe Ndlovu from Newsroom Africa. Mine is on the postponement of the briefing. There's a statement that states that one of your mayoral candidates survived a hijacking attack. Are you able to disclose at this point who that was? Thank you.
Right. Anybody else? Colleagues, we cannot provide the facts on the attacks on members of Umkhonto Wesizwe or the mayoral candidates, because we are in consultation with the police over those matters. And of course, this is the second time we've reported this to the PKTT. Since the 16th of June to now, 9 members of Umkhonto Wesizwe who were councillor hopefuls have been killed. At the last press briefing held in Joburg, the Secretary General provided the names, and we held a moment of silence for those councillor candidates across the country, many who were gunned down leading up to this election. So we won't provide the details, but of course, nothing short to say for us than that we are very concerned about the attacks of our members. We are concerned about the security. But colleagues, we are going forward to November 4th, and nothing is going to stop that. That's the official comment. Thank you. Over to you, Secretary General, as a response to the questions.
Thank you very much for those brief questions. Brief questions require brief answers. So we're going to be very brief, Somlom. Regarding the two outstanding metros, engagements are still ongoing. And when we're ready to announce, we're going to announce them. Because there is no municipality in the country across we are not going to contest as the MK party. We've got structures everywhere in all regions across the country. We've got branches everywhere. So that is why we're saying we've got national footprints. So that means we are ready to contest every ward in South Africa. So there's no way we can miss an opportunity to contest metro municipalities which are economic hubs. We will be committing a monumental blunder. So when we're ready to announce, we will, and we're going to announce capable comrades who are members of the MK party. We don't want to announce prematurely in those areas. We must ensure that we're satisfied and we're ticking all the relevant boxes. So we will announce in due course, and we might not announce in this fashion. Maybe we can announce through a media statement. That was the first question. Then regarding the second question about the removal of 2 members from parliament. You know, the funny part is that when appointments are made, people don't ask about any criteria. They don't ask about any constitutional deficiencies. But when people are removed, you've got a choir that asks about criteria applied, constitutional processes, and so on and so forth. I think it's going to be the benefit of everyone to familiarize themselves with the constitutional framework of the party. There's what is called presidential decree in the constitution of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, Mamshango. So that decree says, I'm going to quote it not verbatim, the president has got a right or a discretion to take any decision regarding any matter. It doesn't specify to say he can take decisions regarding these matters and he can't take decisions regarding these matters. So what we have done is within the ambits of the constitutional framework of the party. The same way people get appointed is the same way they can be removed, because we've got one appointing authority in the party. And it's so funny that when people are appointed, they celebrate, they slaughter cows, but when they are removed, they make the loudest noise and they insult our president. We'll never allow that to happen. People who go to the media and insult the president of the MK party, because all what has happened is within the framework of the constitution. So that's how we can interpret it. We can even share a copy of our constitution with you so that you can see what we're talking about. Regarding the criteria that we have used to appoint these members, we've been meticulous and we've used a scientific criteria which is based on their profiles and which is based on their historical contribution and credentials in the revolution. We're going to publicize all their profiles so that they will be at your disposal. Even when you wake up at 12 midnight, you will have access to them, respectively. So all of them here qualify for this job. All of them. They've got their own good histories, respectively, and we will share it with you. None of them has a criminal record. I'm not sure if Shongo has ever been arrested, but I don't think so. But they all have good histories of their own, and they are all capable of the job that they are going to be doing. And they have been community builders. They are known in their communities as community builders who are engaged with the masses on a day-to-day basis. We've not elected people here with no clear and progressive credentials. They've got proper credentials, and we believe that they are going to showcase their strengths as we continue to hit the ground running, because they will be engaging with the media. You will engage them at any time when you want to engage them. They will attend panel discussions, debates, and they will be addressing big platforms in different areas. So you've got 2 months to assess them. And we're confident that you are going to, based on what you would have heard from them, you are going to change your mind, even if you didn't consider voting for the MK party. But after hearing quality coming from them, everyone will vote for this party. I can put my head on the block for that. So this is quality that we are providing to the people of South Africa. I think Osomlomo has properly answered the hijacking question. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Nopal. I think just for the grace of the media, it is to give our mayoral candidates or mayors elect Mayor-elect Chongwe to come and say hello, Ekurhuleni style. What is your vision for the city and so on? And we keep it short, colleagues. I think you'll have a bit of time with the media after this session. And going on to these 2 months, we will really be engaged with yourselves as members of the Fourth Estate. But today it is for them to give us their vision statements for the cities that they represent, and then we'll conclude the press briefing. So from the city of Johannesburg, Comrade Bongani Baloyi. So over to you, Comrade Bongs. Ungashumayeli 2 minutes.
Siyabonga, spokesperson, let's greet the leadership of the organization, Comrade President, the leadership collective, and all the members of Umkhonto Wesizwe and my colleagues present here today. President, it is with a great level of respect and humility which we accept the task that you are giving us to go and serve the residents of Johannesburg in particular. We want to assure the residents of Johannesburg, which imagine there's a clear choice of what needs to happen on the 4th of November. There's Umkhonto Wesizwe, and then there's the rest. Umkhonto Wesizwe is going to advance a new vision for Johannesburg. Eyolekelela umphakathi nomuntu omnyama, but equally deal with the issue of liquidity problems in Johannesburg, mismanagement problems in Johannesburg, and the governance architecture evimbela intuthuko ukuthi ifike ebantwini bethu, which empowers amasela esiwazi sonke ukuthi obani. President, your mandate is very clear, siyayimukela ne-guidance yakho. Sinenkinga lapha eGoli eJozi, President, sino mayor ozophuma othuka umphakathi. Part of what we are going to do is assure the city, the residents of the city of Johannesburg, which they deserve a leader with credibility, ethical standing, and who will respect the mandate bestowed upon them. So over the next few days and few weeks, we'll be hitting the ground running to demonstrate that we can turn around a very complex and unique city. This is the biggest city in Africa, the biggest city in this country. Whatever happens in Johannesburg affects all of us. Standa, singatandi. So, President, we want to assure you are capable and equal to the task. We are dedicating ourselves to provide a credible and real alternative, not backed by wishful thinking, but supported by experience. Amandla.
Thank you very much. As part of the profiles you'll receive, you'll also find that when Comrade Bongani was a mayor, he had several clean audits and won several awards, including the British Award for one of the most developmental cities in Africa. And it's part of the portal of these mayoral candidates that live online, and you can double click on it at any time and look at the work that we are doing. So we introduce Comrade Thulani Shongwe, the incoming mayor of Ekurhuleni. Abakushayela izandla Ntwana.
Mongameli Nxumalo. Sihlalo zonke ngisiphethe unobhala. Ngicela ukudefya somlomo ngisebenzise lethuba for something else. Mongameli ngicela ungiphathele na umphako nasi isicelo sami kuwe. Ngicela ungigadele umndeni wami. Ngoba uma ngisuka la Mongameli siyobabopha labantu baseKuruleni leyigebengu eyigangayo. Ekuruleni kukhona ama drugs. Le mali engaphansi kwamatrasi ama-dollars yangena ekuruleni. So ngidinga ukuthi Mongameli bazi ukuthi eDavidton, Katlehong, Vosloorus, onke amalokishi asekuruleni, le mizi ekufike kumiwe ngaphandle kuthiwe bese kuvela isandla athengisa ama-drugs kuyastopa namhlanje. Ngithunywe ekuruleni. Cela Mongameli ungigadele umndeni ngoba ngibuyele emuva. Kwesibili nobhala kuwe. Ngicela ungenzele uma usutshela ama-comrade nama-tenderpreneurs ukuthi maweza ne-envelope ebrown babuza ukhani. Angiyithathi ijojo, ngifuna umuntu aphumelele, bafunde, bathande. Isikhathi sodlala siphelile. Izibhishi ngizozisho late. Mongameli, ngicela ungithumele ubaba uMkotsho. Baba uMkotsho, kuneveni nalibiza ngeveni lamabheseni la ninibopha kudala political khumbula. Ngiyadinga ngifuna ukubopha abantu ekuruleni. Ngoba imali lezi engabe zakha izindlu lezi ezifuneka ekuruleni abantu bahlala ekhrizana emikhukhwini. I2 billion eyathathwa ngama toilet
ukhona nenhlangano thize ye-political party lapho ngabe yakhe izindlu over 1 million houses ngabe kuhlala abantu. So ngiyadinga lelo veni baba Umkhonto. Lizofaka ama-politician phakathi, lifaka ama-entrepreneurs agangayo, lifake nalama-foreigners agcwele lapha ngakithi. Angena laphaya e-OR Tambo. I-OR Tambo mongameli isaround ama-foreigners ngoba ama-drugs angena khona laphaya namadola lawa ale eplazini ngengilibizi. Ilezi icele engiyicelayo. Bantu baseKroleni ngithembisa kona ukuthi-ke laba abase bangifonele bangitshela ukuthi bajabulile ukuthi umongameli uyangisusa eParliament ungiletha phansi bayoganga kamnandi lephezulu le-national car. Umongameli usathi until ngeyi-4 asichubeke sibophe labo sibiya bale phezulu nabo khana bale phezulu sokwenza kokubili. Engikudingayo nje protect my family mongameli. Sishona phezulu kwakho. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Comrade Songwe. I think those who follow polls may realize that in the last 5 minutes, your polling has increased. Comrade Zandile Hlophe Mkhwanazi, over to you. Thank you, Mbogodo.
Ngicela ukubingelela kumongameli weUmkhonto Wesizwe Party, i-leadership, ne-membership, generally, members of the media. My name is Zandile Hlophe Mkhwanazi, as it's been alluded. I would like to take this profound opportunity to say thank you, Mr. President, for this big opportunity that you've entrusted in me. Sinenkinga kwi-city yethu iTheku. Bengicela ukusho nje kuma residents aseThekwini ukuthi the change is gonna come now. Sinenkinga yamanzi eThekwini, sinenkinga yema-sewage, sinenkinga ye-housing, sinenkinga ye-high crime, sinenkinga yamabhilidi a-neglected, a-hijacked, and a lot of crime is happening kuwona. So siwumkhonto wesizwe, siza noshintsho, and we're gonna hit the ground running to tackle konke okurong eThekwini. Our city is gonna change, and konke lokho sizokwenza sihlangene si-unity ngiba susebenzela umkhondo saziveze ebantwini ukuthi sibheke phambili. Engifuna ukusho nje ukuthi change is gonna come now eThekwini. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mbogodo. Umam Hlophe Mkhwanazi. All the way from the Free State, Comrade Mapaseka Motibi, the former Speaker of Council. Over to you.
Thank you, Program Director. Let me acknowledge the President of Umkhonto Wesizwe, President Kisa Zuma, the SG, Comrade Nombala, the DSG, Mbokoto, Comrade Linde, my deployee in the Free State, Comrade Umkhonto, and my comrade today, my apostle. And I want to also thank everybody who's here, the membership, the media, all protocol observed, and more especially the colleagues that I will be working with, sharing ideas with. And President and the media and everyone who's here, this opportunity that I have been given from the First State in Bloemfontein, Mapaseka Motibi, it's not my opportunity. It is the opportunity of the community. Every community member, whether we are poor or middle class. A metro in Mangaung is the metro that has a lot of money. I'm not going to mention the budget of it. But that money is not saving the interest of ordinary members of the community. And President, I'm sure you know when you used to go to Bloemfontein, there was a zoo, which is an historic zoo. And today that zoo, we don't know what happened with it. The animals were taken to Distia, but nobody can account for it. And we are saying, as MK, when we got in, we'll launch an investigation into that. And we will make sure that corruption that has been happening in Mangaung Metro Municipality, it stops right there. And we will also make sure that salaries of Mangaung Metro employees are not paid from grants. Rates and tax must be paid so that there's enough revenue in the municipality. And President, as I am dedicating my time and my work to this organization to make sure that change is happening in Mangaung Metro Municipality, I will not disappoint the community that has so much trust in me. I will not disappoint the leadership of MK that has so much trust in me. And I will make sure that accountability and transparency is something that will happen on a daily basis. And with the experience that I have, President, of being the manager of Section 79 committees of council, and later became the speaker of Mangaung Metro Municipality, and then the deputy executive mayor. And when the mayor resigned, I became the acting mayor. And one of the reasons where I had a challenge, President, it was when I had to sign an amount of billions. And I said, I'm not going to sign any document which I don't know where it was discussed. And the same document is being brought into my office by an ordinary employee. So that's how, President, we will be dealing with things in Mangaung. And we are going to upgrade Mangaung to the state that you knew when you were the leading president of this country. And with those words, I would like to say to Mangaung Metro community members, let's go in great numbers on the 4th of November 2026 to go and vote and make sure that we do change ourselves by our vote. And that today, as we are going for the 4th, I'm happy that, President, there are no votes which are going to go into the system. Immediately after we have voted, around about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, some of the councillors of the Umkhonto Wesizwe will be announced without hindrance. And today I'm saying, let victory be certain in our Umkhonto Wesizwe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Program
Thank you
Director.
very much, Mamotibi. And from Buffalo City, Comrade Mzwandile Vaipo. Over to you, comrade. Thank you. Ungachumayeli ke Gqomo, uthethe kancinci mva. Hayi nokwanto sizoshumayela inkosi program director and bulisa ku-president and the leadership collective. Phi Buffalo City ke Buffalo City is rural and then urban. Largely Buffalo City ke inecala lase-rural areas. Mandikale kala ndithi president, by the time you were the president of this country, Buffalo City in terms of infrastructure, kunendlela esizinga ngazo, but unfortunately abantu are claiming easy victories. Mika Cabral uthi tell no lies, claim no easy victory, and expose lies when they are being said. Ezandlela zeBuffalo zenziwa ngumongameli uNcamalala, uGehlekisa uMhlanganyelwa, not the current president, but fortunately for him, ziqale iproject ukusebenza phaya ngeli xesha ngumongameli, but now the credit inikwa onye umuntu. I'm raising this to say, President, in accepting the mandate, in accepting the order, ukuthi umsebenzi wethu won't fail you.
because you have shown us in Buffalo City that the issues of infrastructure zibalulekile kakhulu. Asikali ke zumkhonto wesizwe in Buffalo City, I will just put few issues that we have already on the ground and as against the Buffalo City municipality. The issue of environmental health and evaluation, issues of sanitation, kulilindle Buffalo City every day. We opened a case as Umkhonto Wesizwe Party, a criminal case against the institution. We opened a case against the Buffalo City because they associated themselves with the Umkhonto Wesizwe. About 15 people, beneficiaries who were approved by human settlement, were removed from the list. This is a case ngesilwanayo somkhonto wesizwe asikali ke sizawuqala ngoku sesi on the ground already. Again umkhonto wesizwe sithetha ngomhlaba xa uthi mawubuye umhlaba phaya eBuffalo City will use ezinto ziphaya baseburhulumenteni ngoku sithe governance. Auditor General finds that eBuffalo City in terms of property assets umhlaba is registered as other assets. Hence we will find ukuthi kunabantu bokufika athenga umhlaba whereas abantu bakuthi befuna umhlaba engena phaya bezihlalela befuna izindlu zabo behlala beke izindlu kuthiwe kuba abantu bangena kuvela avele i-owner yomuntu umhlaba kanti is privately owned because there is no register. Iyakuthaza ukuthi iBuffalo City kune-transparency engekhoyo. Now as Umkhonto Wesizwe will make sure that in every development esiyenzayo, in order for a sustainable development to be realized, we must involve the people. We must involve the community. We must involve traditional leaders, churches. Wonke umuntu okhoyo ekuhlaleni. Sizokwazi ukuqiniseka ukuthi Umkhonto Wesizwe i-alternative. Kwaza Mkhonto kwaza.
Thank you, Mhlekazi Vibon. Enkosi ngokuthatha kakuhle kangaka. From Nelson Mandela Bay, Comrade Mvuleni. Comrade Mvuleni, Mapu, over to you.
Thank you, Program Director, President, and the leadership protocol observed. As much as the MKP has not launched its manifesto, which is coming very soon, but someone envisioned the following in leading that city. First point is going to be a city that we are going to create an environment for investment, because that's what is in the main that we must do. There must be opportunities that must be created. And in creating that opportunity for investment will give us an opportunity to increase the budget. The current budget now at Nelson Mandela stands at 23 billion. By the end of the following term, definitely should be increased somewhere to 28 to 30 billion per annum. That's what we're looking at. The other issue that we are going to be working on, we must improve the intergovernmental relations. You'll find that all the spheres of government are working differently to each other or competing against each other. We must not do that, and we're not going to do it. And we'll try to work as unison and tap whatever resources that are coming from other spheres of government with the purpose of improving service delivery and also increasing our budget and also the investment environment. The other issue that we will be working on, definitely, if you increase the budget, you create opportunities for investment, you must improve on service delivery, irrespective of whatever area, making sure that service delivery is at the center. Our people, they need houses, they need water and electricity as yesterday. And we must move away from the fact that we are going to commodify all these areas where people are living with, like your water and electricity and other means of service delivery. The other issue that we are going to be looking at to envision whilst we are waiting for the manifesto of the organization, we are going to enforce the bylaws of the city.
is not going to be as usual. Enforce the bylaws and everybody must comply. The city must be clean and everybody must pay rates and everybody must do what is necessary. We're going to do that. The other issue that we're going to do, we're going to create job opportunities for everyone who resides in the city. But whilst we are creating those job opportunities, we must make sure that the workers that will be giving out service delivery to ordinary citizens, those workers are happy. We must make them happy. All their grievances or challenges or their demands, we must look at them and resolve them. We are not going to see a toy after toy done by workers there, because I know their challenges. Even before being presented to council or to myself, I'll resolve those challenges. Hence, I'm saying that that's our end vision, in dealing with the Nelson Mandela Metro. Whilst we are waiting for the manifesto to be unveiled by national, by the organization, those are the few things that I think are necessary to indicate in the event that we're in. This is what we're going to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Comrade Mvuleni. Thank you for your attendance, members of the press. Our people's mandate, also referred to as what you referred to as a manifesto, we call a people's mandate, will not be released as a national document. We don't use a one-size-fits-all approach at Umkhonto Wesizwe. Our people's mandate is curated by a team of professionals and academicians who curate this document specific for every city and every village. That team of ours is headed by former PRASA CEO, Mr. Lucky Mondana, and Dr. Tandin Dandi, who is housed at the University of Cape Town. So we'll release a document, but for your knowledge, comrades, we have curated it to city because the challenges in Tshwane are not the same as the challenges in Nelson Mandela Bay and so on and so forth. So we'll post the dates to which the general documents will be published and the specific documents. So for us, it's not about a big stadium event. The people who market our people's mandate are the councillor elects and the mayor elects, because they go to every house and preach the gospel of Umkhonto Wesizwe. So this concludes our session. Comrades, we appreciate the presence of our Treasurer General, who's seated at the back there, Mr. Brian Molefe, and others who are in attendance. This brings us to a close. For those who seek interviews, colleagues with various individuals who are in the front, you'll remain behind. For specific questions, I know, Velem, you're chasing a headline for the Daily News tomorrow. The SG and myself will remain to give you those specific headlines. For now, if the president wants to say hello to yourselves, President Zuma, baba nawufuna ukubabingelela abantu mongameli, ungasondela. Nothing, President. Ubingelele baba. Akusekho kunye. Nkandla. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Colleagues, we'll ask the president to take leave of us, led by our chair, Umfundi Supagati, and the SG and myself will remain with the mayoral candidates and members of the press. President, we will take leave of us. Thank you very much.